Alright, welcome back everybody to Let's Play Dark Souls Remastered. I think it's been a day since my last recording, and I watched back through it just to see what all I missed. And, yeah, there's a lot to go over that I actually missed. So let's first off start with item descriptions. We don't really need to worry about the the black fire bombs. One of my notes that I wrote down was to explain pine resins. Pine resins are believed to be just infused, infused resin. So like, gold pine resin is infused with lightning, and I'm trying to remember. Like, basically, it's just special stuff that lets you do special damage. Where they come from, not quite sure. But there's one of fire, one of lightning, one of magic, and then there's poison. It should be I think it's rotten pine resin, or rotting pine resin. Transient curses was the other ones. So the only way to fight back against ghosts who are cursed beings is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however, dreadful, is to cut off the arm of the dead. So basically, we'll get into it later, but basically, they're cursed, I guess, is the easiest way to describe it. Curse in this game is kind of odd because you get cursed from basilisks and Cephascalis, and we'll get into that. Also, Homeward Bones, I never went over those. Bone fragment reduced to white ash, return to last bonfire used for resting. Bonfires are fueled by bones of the undead. In rare cases, the strong urge of their previous owners to seek bonfires enchants their bones with a homeward instinct. So basically, this is the bone of a undead skeleton, or the skeleton of an undead, and because I guess you like fuel it with souls, and it allows you to return to your previous bonfire. I never went over what rubbish was. I believe I've heard that what it's supposed to do is it gives you slightly more poison buildup, but I don't know. And cracked red eye orbs, I just noticed that I don't think I went over those. It's an online play item. Hollows cannot use this item. Defeat the master of the world you have invaded to acquire humanity. The cracked red eye orb allows players to temporarily initiate this ability, normally limited to the dark wraiths of Koth, or Kaith. So we'll talk to Koth, or Kaith, later. Probably, since I want to show both him and Frampt off. But I believe that was most of my notes. Yes. Oh, and the other thing that I wanted to cover was typically whenever people speedrun this game and go for like magic builds, magic dex builds, they'll either use the S-Stock or they'll use the Baldur Side Sword. Because the Baldur Side Sword, I believe, has the same moveset as the S-Stock, yet it has slightly different damage output. And then the other thing that I wanted to check was, oh yeah, the crossbows. Standard crossbow issued to soldiers. It's just a crossbow. I mean, there's nothing else really to say about it. And then I said something about reading the chainmail. Here we go. Chainmail armor of thin interlinking rings of steel. It is common throughout the human world since it can be easily produced. It is not too heavy and offers good defense. Knight may favor flashy armor, but for warriors on the battlefield, anything is fine as long as it keeps them alive. So that's why I went for the chainmail, because the chainmail's really good for early game, because there's not very many enemies that use lightning. And another thing I wanted to point out, if I could pull out my binoculars, is right over there on that hill. I can't tell if it's supposed to be houses or just messed up tree textures, but yeah, I just noticed that over there on that hill, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Also, I switched from my Xbox One controller to my PlayStation 4 controller because I felt like it might feel a little bit better. So that's what I'm rocking right now. And what I was going to end up doing was I was going to go down here, fight Havel, or at least look at Havel. Ooh, and the other thing, the other last episode, I was talking about how I felt like there weren't enough Japanese-style weapons in Dark Souls, and like I understand because this is supposed to be like the medieval Europe kind of thing, rather than medieval Japan or Sengoku era Japan. But whenever it comes to like Japanese-style weapons, there shouldn't just be katanas. Like, I feel like maybe like a what's it called? One of the things I was thinking about was like I think it's called a kanabo, like the Japanese style of mace. Like one of those would have been really cool because those are typically long, made of oak, studded with metal, big two-handed clubs, and then maybe something like a I don't remember what it's called. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? The Japanese equivalent of a spear that they used for anti-cavalry, essentially. Alright, now down here, if I have something that I can use to parry with. Can I use scimitar to parry? Oh yeah, that's the one thing that I forgot to show off, was that for some reason curved swords have special... curved swords and rapiers have special parrying animations. So here's the S-Dox one. It's like a weird little semicircular thing, which kind of makes sense, but I don't know. It just looks like the character isn't putting a lot of effort behind it. Like, not quite like that. But yeah, we're gonna try our hand at killing Havel. So instead of fighting him up on the stairs, gonna try fighting him down here. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. Wow. Yep, Havel the Rock. We will talk about him after we finish killing him, and also looking at his fancy-ass armor. Also, it's kind of funny that you can parry him, given that, you know, he's this big old dude in a set of rock armor. And the fact that you punch straight through his armor. Like, his armor looks like it has, I mean, it has gaps, clearly, but it doesn't look like it has a lot of gaps. Like, I shouldn't just be able to just do this. And I'll go over more about his armor later, whenever we get it. I'm just trying to stay in front of him, so that way his timings don't get weird. I don't want that one to hit me. I can parry the long windups, but I don't want to parry his that little charge attack, that like running attack, because he always does these big windups. Also, the fact that he's wielding this giant mace with one hand is kind of wild. Man. Also, this wooden shield is really reflective. I feel like it should not be this reflective. Like, look at it. It looks like it has, like, an oil sheen or something on it. Is that the last hit on you? Or are you gonna get back up? No, he's dead. Alright, so there's Havel. Havel's dead. And we got his ring, which might actually let me light roll with this armor set on. Nope. I wonder, what does it raise me up to? 78. I'm close. I think if I drop, like, the helmet... Yep, if I drop the helmet, I can light roll. But, kind of gotta have some good armor. So yeah, that was Havel the Rock, or somebody related to Havel the Rock in some way. Let's go over the ring, because it does give us some lore about who Havel was. This ring was named after Havel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Havel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. I could imagine, given how, you know, he's wearing sheets of rock. They call him Havel the Rock because his armor and shield are literally made out of rock, which kind of, it doesn't make sense at all if you really think about it. If you have armor made out of rock, it's going to be very tough, very bulky, but very brittle at the same time. So if somebody were to hit you with a mace, you'd just be screwed. And down here is the Darkroot Basin. But we're not going to go that far in here, because there's no reason for us to go this far in here. Also, I don't want to fight the Hydra, who is down there. We will continue in this area later. I just wanted to show it off that you can, in fact, get to Darkroot Basin and Darkroot Garden through that area. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is the fact that the Tauros Demon. Let me head up to the boss room, actually. Actually, I'm not going to bother heading up to the boss room. That'll just take more time. But yeah, why is the Tauros Demon up here? Because the only other place that we find Tauros Demons, and just demons in general, is down in Lost Izalith. Which, why would they wander all the way up here? Why would a Tauros demon appear all the way up here? Because Tauros, well, just demons in general are related with the soul of life, or more likely, actually, more the chaos flame than anything. So it's just kind of odd that they would be all the way up here in, I guess, Upper Lordran. And we're going to take our chances with Mr. Black Knight. I believe you can parry them. We're gonna... Yep, you can parry them. I completely forgot that you could parry Black Knights. Also, look at how large they are. Like, how physically large the Black Knights are. Oh, that was... How did that not parry? That was very odd. There we go. That should kill him. Yeah, you could tell that parrying is very useful in this game. There we go. Oh, and I got his sword. I believe their swords actually have a very high requirement. And over here is another ring, the Blue Tear Stone ring. And I'll equip it just because I don't have any other rings on. But once I grab another ring, I'll wear a different ring. Alright, so Blue Tearstone Ring. The rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This Blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of the wearer when in danger. I believe the Tearstone rings activate at 20% HP, so it's only useful if you have a really high HP to, like, kind of counteract the, what's it called? The percentage. I just realized. Oh yeah, I just ran past them. I didn't bother fighting them again. So yeah, the Tearstone rings aren't super useful, but they're kind of useful. So anyways, let's see if I've got anything else in my notes. Oh yeah, humanities. So if you look up in the top left, you'll see that there's 0 and 1. That's the humanity counter. This is for people who have never played Dark Souls before. That shows how much humanity I have in my body. Now, to actually activate it, I have to go to a bonfire and, I don't think it's burning it. I want to say it's burning it. But, if you destroy humanity, you can then reignite, I want to say it's supposed to be, like, reigniting the, light within you, or filling yourself more with light, because I think this is supposed to be our base state as pygmies. You know, pygmies are supposed to look kind of like these zombie-like creatures, the undead. And by burning humanity, you're returning more light to yourself and becoming more godlike or more false than the true base state, which is dark. Anyways, right here we have our good friend Knight Solaire. So we're going to talk to Solaire.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
I can't help but notice that he says we don't look hollow, even though I'm sitting here looking like just straight up a piece of beef jerky. But, yeah, this is Solaire. He's on his way to find his own son. Also, he's wearing chainmail as well, with some light plate in places. Also, no gloves, which I find kind of interesting. And he's got that kind of, what's it called? Crusader-esque helmet.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes, we do have a moment.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So, Solaire gave us the white soapstone, which we bought the orange soapstone, which is supposed to transmit messages from one world to another. So this is how you write the community messages that we saw up in the Undead Asylum. Most of them are very comedic and funny. Some of them are actually legitimate. But with the white soap sign, or the white sign soapstone, be summoned to another world as a phantom through your sign and defeat the area boss to acquire humanity. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted, and the white sign soapstone allows undead to assist one another. So that's one of the things that the writing of this frickin' game makes no sense. The fact that just the idea that time is convoluted, which, by the way, we're not going to, we're gonna see if our buddy is going to spawn. Yep, there he is. Ah, damn it. I didn't... I let him hit me. Do I have my... Oh, I don't have my talisman equipped. I was like, what the hell? Canvas talisman. We're gonna use that just because I don't feel like drinking any more Estus. So yeah, there's the Hellkite Drake, and this is the Hellkite Bridge I was talking about. That's where we fought the Tauros demon up there. And then down there is the Undead Berg. Actually, yeah, right down here. This is the, that's the area with the guys throwing the firebombs at us. They despawned. Then there's the staircase where the guy rolled the barrel down at us. And here's to hoping that this guy doesn't blow fire at me whenever I turn this corner. Okay, he didn't. Now I gotta try and remember. I want to get the, I don't remember if he blows fire. Okay. I think he blows fire once I get closer. Yep. Yep. There we go. Okay. So once I run in here, he should run away. Yeah, he flies away. So there goes the Hellkite Drake, and I don't remember if he just disappears or if he flies behind the mountain. I think he flies behind the mountain before he disappears, or just over in the distance. That's very weird. He flies weird. But anyways, I wanted to check that because on this bridge is going to be my other kind of primary weapon for the time being. The Claymore! Love this sword. And it's also 60, its stats are 1610, which is really good actually. It's a great category of great sword. Here we go, let's look at it. This larger type of greatsword is normally wielded with two hands due to the weight. This highly flexible greatsword can be used to attack in swings or thrusts. There is a sword very similar to this that you can buy later, called the Bastard Sword, which it's okay. I just prefer this I prefer the Claymore just because of how much nicer it is. I like having the thrust attack, but I mean, whenever it comes to like weapons that I want to use, I'll probably just use the Astora Straight Sword for now. Given that it's kind of more of a role-play sword than a legitimate weapon in some cases. But anyways, did I light the bonfire? Oh crap, I don't remember if I lit the bonfire. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that first. So I'll probably... I won't bother cutting this out. You can watch me whenever I do this. That's fine. Actually, we can read item descriptions while we go check and see if I did this. So let's look at the Black Knight sword. Here we go. Great sword of the Black Knights who wander Lordran, used to face chaos demons. The large motion that puts the weight of the body into the attack reflects the great size of their adversaries long ago. So, also good. I did not light this bonfire. Good thing I came back. They used these. Supposedly, the Black Knights used these swords to fight the demons. Supposedly. Also, I wonder, can I use this Sunlight Altar yet? No, I think I'm supposed to have higher faith stats before I can do that. I'm actually going to use a humanity. So, anyways, more about humanity real quick. We'll use the statue in a minute. So, basically what I believe it is you're taking some of the darkness out of you and getting rid of it, and that's what makes you, you know, appear more human. But in reality, you're not really more human. You're still undead. And then kindling a bonfire is... I believe it's empowering it with more power of light by destroying a shard of darkness, which is what what's it called? The humanity is made out of, is fragments of the original Dark Soul. But anyways, we're gonna put a lot of points into faith because I believe, if I remember correctly, if you have 20 faith, you can interact with that statue over there without having Solaire. Oh, I'm so close. Actually, can I interact with it now? Or is it 20? I guess it is 20. But you're supposed to be able to interact with that statue. And you're supposed to kill the Drake first and then run across the bridge and open this gate. But, I mean, it'd be the same if you went down that staircase over there and then wandered along the underside of here. It's just that this bonfire is closer. And I'm not going to bother getting... Actually, I will bother getting the Drake sword. I did not know that he was close enough to hit me with that. Now I feel kind of bad. But the other thing that I was going to do... Also, up here is another Black Knight. If I remember correctly. And he's wielding an ultra great sword. Yeah. He's very scary, actually. That ultra great sword, it hurts if you're not careful. Yeah, that attack is especially dangerous. Also, I noticed that they don't make the parry sound whenever you parry them. I wonder, can I... Yep, I can. I can get the double backstab on him. The less likely he is to kill me... Ooh, Titanite Chunk. The less likely he is to kill me, the better. I don't care if it's relatively cheap. I would just rather not die. I mean, not like it's a big deal. I mean, the bonfire's right here, but I'd still rather not have unnecessary death. There we go. So now we're up to 20. Let's see if I can actually use this now. I believe that there's a faith stat tied to the... No? I still can't use it? That actually is kind of odd. I could have swore that you... unless you have to beat the boss of this area first. I don't remember exactly how you do it, but basically that's the Covenant of Sunlight. That's the covenant that Solaire is a member of. And it's a co-op covenant, so people can summon you in. I'm gonna see if I can... Hold on. Yep. he's scripted to drop that gate, but if you kill him the first time, he doesn't have time to drop the gate, which is what I was trying to do, because otherwise it'd be a pain. Let me see if I can... Actually, I'm gonna use the claymore real quick. It's doing the same damage as my Astora straight sword. Actually, it's doing slightly less, but that's just because I have the higher faith now. So it's doing slightly more magic damage, which I don't know why they made it magic damage. In my mind, it doesn't make sense for it to do magic damage. It would make more sense if it was doing... Well, hi there. Hi there, buddy. He's, yeah, he's kind of stuck. We're gonna take that basement key. I don't remember where you used that. Actually, let me check. Basement key, it's in the keys. Here we go. Oh, leads down to the lower undead burg with the Cabera demon. Also halberd. Let's see, where is it? Halberd. Long-hilted weapon mixing spear and axe is difficult to handle, requiring both strength and dexterity. The halberd has 2 elementary attacks, spear-like thrusts and large sweeping attacks. However, one false swing and the wielder is left wide open. Ooh. So I cannot use it with my current stats. Oh, because it requires 12 dex. Yep, this is what a halberd looks like. I wish it didn't have this stumble. It makes no sense for it to have stumble, because, I mean, the winged spear doesn't have stumble, so why does the halberd require stumble? I don't know. The spin. The spin is pointless. Also, that... If you don't properly brace yourself, you would totally be able to swing this regularly. Oh, you do not do that. No. No, that's the easiest way to just let go of your weapon. That's... Also, why would you spin backwards? Why wouldn't you just bring it across your body and then swing? So that way you're still facing your opponent. It's, combat in Dark Souls. We'll never understand it. And in here are the Balder Knights. The Knights of Balder. Hope that they drop one of their weapons or maybe one of their pieces of armor. Oh, and I just remembered there's a Balder Knight right here. Also, their shields are actually really nice. I'd love to have one of those. They got the leggings, though. And here's a spear hollow. We're just gonna ruin his day. And down there is a shield, I believe, that I kind of want to use. Because I think I have the stats for it, and it won't put me over now that I have Havel's ring. Oh, hi there. He is actually wielding... Is he wielding a target shield or a buckler? He is, in fact, wielding a rapier and a... It looks like a buckler, not a target shield. That's kind of weird that they used... It looks like kind of both. I think it's just a larger version of the buckler. It's just kind of odd. Oh, he heard me from all the way up there, or from all the way down here. Because typically he's standing here with his back turned, looking at this corpse. But on this corpse is the Knight Shield. Let's take a look at it. It is a 100 physical resist shield, and good fire resist, bad magic and lightning resist, but that's because it's a metal shield. This medium metal shield is elegantly carved and painted. Carved? You don't carve metal. You kind of shape it. You don't carve it. Whatever. Etching, more likely. I'm probably going to use this one for a little bit, but anyways, reading more about it. Although it is thought to have been used by ancient knights of nobility, its defense capabilities are similar to other shields. So, that makes it sound like it was not supposed to be used as... That makes it sound like it's not supposed to be used as a shield. It's supposed to be used as, like, a decoration. Or, like, a, or, like, just an elegant piece of art. Which, weapons, depending on the weapon, it is an art. Blacksmithing is an art. I don't care what anybody else has to say. It is an art. the crafting of weapons is always going to be a very elegant craft. For those of you who have never seen videos or anything on blacksmithing, it's actually really cool because there's so many intricate things that you can do with a blade or a shield or even a piece of armor, and not make it like not ruin it structurally, but still make it do its job. And we're just gonna drag these hollows up here. What you're supposed to do, or what's supposed to happen actually, is that you're supposed to end up. Is he gonna finish coming up the ladder? There we go. What you're supposed to do is that guy is supposed to drop the gate. Ooh, hold on, he dropped something. Hold on, get over here, buddy. Broken straight sword. Okay, good. I can actually look at that. But that guy is supposed to eventually. That guy is supposed to drop the gate, and then you're supposed to come through here and fight all these hollows. But because I was quick and managed. Oh, also mystery key. We're gonna need that to meet somebody cool later. Well, I say they're cool. He's kind of an asshole. But everybody in Lordran's kind of an asshole, except for Solaire. Solaire's not really an asshole, or at least he's not an asshole if we don't save him. You'll understand whenever we get there. This actually is not a bad shield. It is very elegant too. Looks like a that looks like a Caduceus as well, like the hospital logo, the symbol of the twin snakes. Except it looks more like a dragon wrapped around a sword. That's kind of neat. Alright, and then up here is this guy. How do you take that much damage? That's very odd. We're actually going to use fire bombs to take him out. I'm not going to waste the black fire bombs. Oh, shit. Is he going to charge me down? He is going to charge me down. Wow, these actually do good damage to him. Alright, there we go. Why there's an armored boar? I don't know why there's an armored boar here. It makes no sense in my mind that there would be one here. Also, how'd they get the armor on it? They knock out a boar and then manage to keep it, you know, sedated long enough for it to not wake up as they put this heavy-ass iron armor on it. I don't know. All I know is that most weapons bounce off of it, including some maces I've noticed, which is kind of odd. Also, we'll see. I think it's the other side of this door later. I think it's the other side of that door. Let me see. I'd have to go up on top of the. I'd have to go up there to see. But if I remember correctly, this door is actually on the other side of part of the lower Undead Burg. Which makes no sense. Actually, now that I think about it, no, it's not that. However, it looks like this door was supposed to go somewhere at one point, but then they were just too lazy to model it. Like, maybe there was supposed to be 2 segments of this area before you could get to the cathedral. But, I don't know. This game, there was a lot of cut content and a lot of things changed, and it's kind of sad that some of the content got cut out. But I mean, hey, it doesn't really matter because we still got a good game in the end. So we're going to head over here. And as you can tell, there's a lot of Hollow Knights. Also, I have no idea what their shield is supposed to be, because it looks like it's carved. Like, that doesn't look like it was originally forged that way. Like, I don't know. I'd have to take a closer look. I'd have to get one of them to drop their shield. We're gonna clear out the cathedral, actually, which is going to be an interesting thing, because around this corner is a big old knight. This big old guy. So this is a knight of Berenike. He is wearing that armor is the steel armor, and he is using a tower shield and a mace. It's literally just our mace, but just bigger. They just scaled it up. Also, he's wielding it slightly differently. He's holding it a little further back than what we normally hold it at. And I think he has 2 attacks for that. And that's to break guard. It's just... You can... Oddly enough, you can actually break this guy's guard if you kick him twice. Oh. Yeah, he does have a double swing. I don't think he has 2 swings of that, though. There we go. So, he drops a Titanite shard. And sadly, he disappears. But, I originally had him drop a tower shield the first time I killed him, which was kind of interesting. Also, he doesn't respawn. I feel like I should mention that, so you can't farm him. And up here, we're going to find a Firekeeper Soul, which we will read the description of shortly. Up there is an asshole. He's going to be shooting magic at us, because he is an asshole. There we go. I want to rock their combo, their sword and shield. So I really like the Balder side sword. It's a pretty good sword. There's also that I feel like that shouldn't, like, from a gameplay perspective, he shouldn't be able to hit me with that, because the buckler is not designed for blocking; it's designed for parrying. I mean, you can block with it, but it doesn't have a very high physical defense. And there's another one up here at the top of the stairs. We're just gonna hit him twice. Yeah, that power attack follow-up is actually really good. Ow. I think Balder Knights have Estus Flasks, if I remember correctly. Oh, and we just got another humanity. After you kill enough enemies in an area, you do gain a humanity. And this guy's going to do his little dance, which is not good because he's going to buff all these guys' damage, which I do not look forward to because they have that flailing attack, which is not very good for my health. There we go. And there's a lot of these hollows. Why there's this many up here, I don't know. Maybe this place was a hospital at one point, and all of these were its patrons. I don't know. Also, one of these guys dropped something. Another broken straight sword. And another broken straight sword. I can give those to Frampt, I guess. And if you look at this guy, he's a little weird, isn't he? This is one of the channelers. One of Cease's guys. I was standing behind him. There we go. Managed to kill him. Is he gonna drop his trident? Nah, he didn't drop anything. But, yeah, if you'll notice, his helmet has 6 eyes. Oh, shit. Balder Knight. I forgot that there was one of them up here. And, don't worry, we're gonna upgrade our sword a little bit. I think that's a parry stance, so he'll parry me if I attack him. And I don't want that. Actually, can I jump attack him? Yeah, I can jump attack him. That's weird how the jump attack works for this. It's like a downward thrust, not like a downward slash. It's kind of odd. This is Soul. And now that we are safe, let's read a couple of descriptions before we find one of our buddies. Let's look at the broken straight sword. Half of the blade of this straight sword is broken off. Once the completely hollowed would even consider using only the completely hollowed would even consider using this as a weapon. Yeah, it's very short. It's more of a dagger than a sword, honestly. I'd love to see somebody try to run through the game with this thing. It's actually got decent durability, same as the broken straight sword hilt. But we don't even have a sheath for this one. Also, I don't even know why the game gives you this in the asylum instead of just, why is this even a weapon that you are given? It's just kind of odd in my mind. And then we're gonna look at the Firekeeper Soul. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire, and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity and can boost the power of precious Estus Flasks. It can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper Soul to reinforce the Estus Flask. So, Firekeepers Firekeepers are, I like to think of them as bottles of humanity. And the way that bonfires stay lit is it acts like kind of similar to electricity or voltage difference, like with a battery, where she absorbs all the dark. She takes in all the dark to make this small area of nothing but light energy. But in turn, she has to embody all of the dark energy. Or all of the darkness that comes with the bonfire. And up here, we're going to meet this guy. Which, actually, before we talk to him... Mystery key. The purpose of this key is unknown. It appears to be a basic prison cell key. Hey, look, a basic prison cell. Yeah, let's talk to this guy.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Don't worry, buddy.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
So this is Knight Lautrec. As you can tell, his armor is pimpin'. Got some pretty serious gold going on up in here. And, hold on, let's actually pull out the binoculars and see if I can get a better view at him. Hold on, let me step out a little bit so I can actually get a good angle on him. There we go. You can't really notice it, but out of his shoulders, you can see these strange little protrusions on his armor, and it's supposed to be arms. We'll see it later whenever we get his armor. Also, notice the weird protrusions on his shoulders and his helmet. I think that they're supposed to kind of be more of like regal crowns, in a way. His armor does look really dope. I love that armor. Anyways, let's talk to him one more time, because what if I want my reward now?
Yes, very sorry. Your reward will have to wait. I've just been freed. Allow me some time.
Yeah, so he's going to hold off on giving us a reward. He's going to head back to Firelink Shrine. And we will meet him later. Do I have anything else I need to talk about or look at before I go fight the guys upstairs? I don't think so. Also, notice that he said his knight, he is Knight Lautrec from Karim, which Karim is known for being, I believe what it is a very, what's it called? Corrupt place. Like, basically everyone there is kind of sketchy and shady. Like, that's the entire thing with them. And up here, oh, what is this? Knight Solaire. Let's summon him. But, yeah, you can summon Knight Solaire for this fight, which I'm going to. And I'm trying to think, do I want to use... I think I want to use the Claymore and some Lightning Pine Resin. Or some Gold Pine Resin. So, let's go. Also, he has a special animation whenever he comes up from the, when he comes up from his summon sign. He does the Praise the Sun emote, which we will get from him later. And we fight. Come on. The Belfry Gargoyles. And this isn't the only time we'll be meeting these guys. What I do like about this, game is that they don't have a lot of. They try to keep it at a minimum with the big guys and swords. That's what I enjoy about this game. What the hell did he hit me with? Oh, I think he hit me with his tail. So we're going to go for his tail first. Also, they are extremely weak to lightning. Also, they like breathing fire that I just rolled in front of. I think that was actually a great lightning spear that Solaire just cast. There we go. That was easy. Which these guys are supposed to be easy, the Belfry Gargoyles. Thank you, Solaire. And you get Twin Humanities and the Sunlight Medal. Why you get Twin Humanities? I guess because you fought 2 bosses? I don't know. It makes no sense in my mind why they would drop Humanities unless at one point they were human. But I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Also, you can't stop on any of these floors. You just gotta climb all the way up. Now that I think about it, I don't want to ring the bell quite yet. Because there's still more people... There's still more things to do before I ring the bell. So we're not going to bother with that yet. We'll come back and ring it later. I think I'm just going to clear the path to both bells, and then I'll ring them whenever the time is right. But until then, we're going to go meet another NPC who is very nearby, who just so happens to be one of the more important members of the cast of this game. I also need to activate the elevator that leads down to Firelink Shrine, this one right here. Because if you notice, we fell down that pit in episode 1 whenever I went and got the Homeward Bones and the Cracked Red Eye Orbs. That's the area underneath this elevator. So, yeah, that's that. And while I'm at it, I completely forgot to talk to Petrus right here. So this guy's Petrus. Yeah, let's talk to him.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Even though I'm also a cleric.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
And he gives us a copper coin. Actually, let's look at the copper coin real quick. Coin made of copper. Its face shows Old Man McLoif, god of medicine and drink. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. So, with Lordran's basically fucked, and people only accept souls because it's the only thing that makes sense to exchange. Yeah, this guy is just carrying around these coins.
Oh my, you again?
Yep.
Oh, I know. How about this?
What?
I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
You know what? Sure.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
I already
Now,
belong
let
to
me
the
share
Way of the
my
White.
miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Yep. So he's gonna give us the shrug gesture. And he sells the Thoroland Talisman, which, medium for casting miracles of the gods. This talisman is only granted to high-ranking Thoroland clerics, has high miracle adjustment, thanks to divine protection, is not dependent upon faith. So, it has low requirements, and supposedly it is very useful. But he sells some... he sells Seek Guidance, which is used for gaining more messages in your world, like
Come
that
again.
one. The Teachings of the Gods, yes. I want to talk to you again.
Hello? I will teach you miracles. A promise is a promise, after all.
Can't help but notice miracles is capitalized.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm.
See, what's weird is that he's saying this, but she's not here. The female that he is referring to is Rhea. Rhea of Thurland. She is a female priest? We'll go with that. Priest, and her two compatriots are Nico, and I don't remember the other one. We're just going to call him Francis. So Petrus here, she was originally supposed to be here, but they messed up the dialogue, and he's talking about them even though they're not here.
An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Alright, so he wants us to pay him money, essentially, to learn what the undead mission is of Rhea. So, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Very well. I can surely tell you, of all people, undead clerics are given a mission to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires with humanity. Through kindling, we shall one day be granted magnificent powers. Very well.
And he just repeats that.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Yes, absolutely. Also, that's the armor set that I'm hoping to get and wear for the most part. The only things I want to wear from this armor set is the chest piece and maybe the gauntlets. Mainly the chest piece, because just, man, look at that beefy chest piece. It's pretty great. But, yeah, so they seek kindling. And, kindling is essentially, like he said, the art of feeding a bonfire humanity. And as I said before, the art of kindling is supposed to be more of, like, you're burning away the darkness of the world, or burning away the darkness of within yourself, and you're trying to manifest more light energy around the bonfire. Also, I'm getting turned around, holy hell, because we have to go meet somebody else now. And he is going to be basically on the other side of this elevator, or right across the way. Come on. Actually, now that I think about it, okay, I have 2 shards. That's fine. And 2 twinkling. My goal is to upgrade my sword here, at least a little bit. Also, we're at 14k right now. That's actually respectable. And I already paid. Like I said, I paid him a visit. Thought I heard something. That was weird. All right, so we're gonna head down here over to this church. Which is weird, because there's a church there, or cathedral, or whatever you want to call it, and then there's a church here, a much smaller church here. It's very tall, but very short. Or, not short, very skinny. Like, I mean, you could see where there would be pews and stuff. Also, okay, that makes sense that that's crumbled there. Some of these, crumbled things make no sense, but there kind of makes sense. And down here, let's just keep running, keep running, keep running. Let's light this bonfire. And we'll kindle it just for the sake of kindling it. Just to have the extra Estus Blasts. Do I have souls? I do have a couple souls that I want to burn. Just use them. Because I want to make sure that I have enough for whenever I talk to this man down here, my main man.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, then speak to me.
Yep, this is Andre. He's actually pretty cool. He has a gesture, hurrah. He can modify your equipment. He can also repair your equipment, which I'm going to make him do right now, given that my stuff needs repairing first. And he also sells smith boxes and stuff, which I'm actually going to buy all this right now. I believe the guy down in the Undead Burg was selling that stuff for like 3,000, and you can buy it from him for 2,000. So you're actually better off buying it from him. So we're going to talk to him, exhaust his dialogue.
Most weapons and armor are mighty sturdy indeed, but every hunk of metal has its breaking point. If you notice durability running low, it's time to repair. You can ask a blacksmith like myself, or do it on your own with a grindstone. The nice thing about weapons, they never betray you, so pay them a little respect, eh?
Andre here was originally supposed to follow you throughout the game, and his entire thing was that he was supposed to be he was supposed to be the son of Lord Gwyn, the forbidden son of Lord Gwyn, or the forgotten son.
There are two types of weapon forging. There's reinforcement and there's ascension. Reinforcement is simple. It strengthens the weapon and nothing more. A simple task for any blacksmith. Hell, you could even do it yourself with a smith box. But ascension's a finer art. It alters a weapon's properties. Ascension is the territory of we blacksmiths. A smith box just won't do the trick. Start out with reinforcement. When that loses its charm, you can consider ascension. As you've noticed, this land is flush with the mad and wicked. You won't make it through the night without employing my services.
He's kind of right. I think that's it.
You can forge armor just like you do weapons. Forging armor is even easier than forging weapons. Whether you forge weapons or armor first, well, that's up to you. But nobody wants to see you go hollow. So whatever you do, you'd better do it well.
Yep. So he upgrades your weapons and stuff. Is that it? Yep, that's it. So, let's see what he has to buy. Oh yeah, the Crest of Artorias. We'll get to that in a second. But let's look at his weapon roster. There's the Bastard Sword that I was talking about. The Bastard Sword only has slashing attacks. It doesn't have a thrust attack. He sells the Battle Axe. Let's see. He sells long swords and broadswords. Which, the broadsword is just the long sword, but it only does slashing damage, not thrust. The long sword can also thrust. War Pick, I mean, it's okay. Cestus, people use this for parrying. Let's see, Pike, here we go. So this is the longest spear in the game, I believe, and it's also the heaviest, aside from maybe Ornstein's spear. And it should, because it is very long. It takes 24 strength. It is a strength-based spear. Even though it has higher dex scaling. Don't ask me. Kite shields and the large leather shield. So he's got a decent roster. He also sells crossbow bolts and arrows. And then he also sells the Crest of Artorias, which this crest opens a door in the Darkroot Garden sealed by ancient magic. The door leads to the grave of Sir Artorias the Abyss Walker. Many adventurers have left for the grave, but none have returned, for they make easy prey for local bandits. With such danger, the crest can do more harm than good in the hands of the uninitiated. Uninitiated meaning if you're not part of the Forest Covenant, you're gonna get... Basically, you're just going to get your ass handed to you. That's essentially the idea. So, we're going to upgrade our straight sword here. It doesn't upgrade very easily. This is kind of a shame. And then I'm not going to upgrade the Knight Shield. I think I'm going to upgrade the Claymore, or I can do my armor. I think I want to stick with the Chain Helm for the most part, because it just looks so nice. And it makes sense if you're wearing like a different armor type where you would want to wear chain. Either that or the Claymore, but it's either.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Yep. So we're just gonna stick with the Astora Straight Sword for now. It does decent damage. It does do split damage though, so it's kind of a downside. So we're gonna rest. Actually, can I get any levels out of this? I can get 1 level. I have 20 faith, but I still couldn't interact with the thing. That's kind of odd. Do I want Dex, Strength? I think Dex. I think a couple levels of Dex wouldn't hurt. I want to at least be able to use a buckler. So we're gonna head back, and I think our next stop. Let's see. Where do we have access to? Ooh, I just realized another thing in my notes that I completely missed. I wanted to talk about the Astora Straight Sword, now that I think about it. How it's named Astora's Straight Sword, rather than Sword of Astora, or, you know, something else explaining, like, it sounds more like Astora is a person rather than a land, even though it's supposed to be a land. Oh, almost one shot. But I believe it's supposed to be referring to Astora more as a land than a person. Which, I don't know, it's just kind of... This game has a lot of weird wording. Also, another thing is these statues of kind of like these, they're not quite Spartan-like. They definitely seem kind of like Greek in a way. How they're holding that spear, that spear-like torch, and the mainly the helmet, along with like the what's it called? Kind of like that tunic. What's it called? Whenever you have the like bed sheet draped on you, I don't remember what it's called. What that style of dress is called. I might have to Google search it. But let me get some water. Delicious. Keeps you alive. Keeps you feeling good. So our next stop, I think our next stop is actually going to be down in New Londo, oddly enough. Also, we need to finish talking to Crestfallen. I never exhausted his dialogue, I don't think.
How did that silly sorcerer's apprentice end up? You know, the one always prattling on about Master Logan. He left for the Undead Burg, but never came back. Serves him right. If even old Big Hat can't make it out there, what chance does he have? I hope he enjoys his new life as a hollow.
Who he's referring to is there's a sorcerer who left Firelink Shrine and headed up to the Undead Burg. We'll find him later trapped in a barrel because he's an idiot. And yeah, he's the apprentice of, well, I say apprentice of Big Hat Logan. I think he just respects Big Hat Logan for what he does for magic, which Big Hat Logan is another character that we'll have to kind of get in on whenever we hit Sen's Fortress, which is right before Anor Londo. So we're going to finish exhausting his dialogue.
What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool.
Yeah, so Blight Town, like I said, is right below us, pretty much. Actually, it's below us on the other side. It is... Well, let me see if I can actually get a good look down there. It's like down in that area down there. So, see if he has anything else to say.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
Is that it?
I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Is that it?
I'm not...
Yep, that's all he says. So, he'll reveal more to you as you go. Also, here's Knight Lautrec.
Hello there. I have your reward. Please, accept it.
He gives us a sunlight medal, which is kind of odd. You wonder where he would have gotten one of those from. My idea is that maybe he summoned Solaire and he managed to get one from him, or he did something with Solaire and got a sunlight medal. Or he stole it from Solaire. It could be any of those. All I know is that Lautrec is a bit of a bastard, and we'll figure that out later.
I am grateful to you for freeing me.
Yeah, notice how he...
Not enough for you? Well, let's not be greedy now.
So, this is why people from Kareem, or this is why people think that people from Kareem are shady, because he keeps laughing at us, and he keeps saying that we want more than what he's giving us, even though that's not true.
You again. What is it? Our futures are murky. Let's not be too friendly now.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so he doesn't want to be friends with us, which, I mean, it's fine, because I don't want to be friends with him either. So, let's talk to... oh my gosh, Anastasia. And we will reinforce our Estus Flask. So now we have Estus Flask +1. I believe the highest it goes is +7. And there are 7 Firekeeper souls that you can get in this game without having to kill a Firekeeper. Actually, can we see Blighttown from up here? I mean, you can see where Blighttown is. All that brown down there, that's essentially where Blighttown is. So what we're going to do, actually, is we're going to go get another Firekeeper soul real quick, because I forgot to run and grab it. It's a very short run. It's a very easy run to make. I just noticed that the characters blink a lot. It's, oh my god, that throws me for a loop, because it's so creepy the way that they did the animation for it. And we're not going to bother fighting any of the ghosts down here. We're just going to have a, what's it called? Homeward Bone on standby. So that way we don't have to waste a transient curse down here, because I don't want to have to buy any. But yeah, as you can see, this place is flooded to hell. And the working theory is that they blew open that hole somehow and flooded this area whenever the Abyss was trying to swallow it whole. And if we run over here, we'll notice some ghost ladies. Well, actually, ghost guys. They look like females, but they're not females. Also, this is going to be very interesting because... There we go. Firekeeper Soul. Use it. Homeward Bone. Okay. Whew. Now we can get a +2 Estus Flask. I forgot to rest at the... Firelink Shrine bonfire. Damn it. Okay. I guess I'll cut this out. I'll see you at Firelink Shrine. Alright. Here we are back at Firelink. I feel kind of stupid that I used that Homeward Bone without resting at the bonfire first. So, actually, just to be safe, I'm going to rest at the bonfire, even though it doesn't really matter at this point. And we are going to upgrade our Estus Flask one more time. So now we have Estus Flask +2. And actually, what we're going to do, we have 2 choices. I can either head down the catacombs, which I kind of want to wait until I get a couple more Titanite shards and Titanite chunks and stuff. Well, not Titanite chunks, but Titanite shards. I also got to remember where the embers are found. But all that will come in due time. Actually, we are going to go... oddly enough, we're going to head back to... that undead church where Andre is, and I will see you there. Okay, now we're back to the undead church where Andre is, and we're going to go meet another cool person. Or at least a character that I like him. Some people don't like him, but I like him. this guy right up here, in front of this very large gate. It's like humming to himself.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge. No matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
What throws me off is the fact that he's just sitting here not doing anything. He's just sitting here thinking about, how do I open this gate? Instead of going and figuring out how to open the gate. He just sits here and is like, I wonder, maybe if I wait long enough, this gate will open. And I mean, he's undead, so I mean, waiting isn't going to be a big deal. In fact, waiting is not a big deal for him. Because, I mean, he won't die. That's the entire thing with being undead in the first place. Delicious. But anyways, yeah, he's doing more thinking than acting.
Still closed. Still closed.
I wonder, does he just repeat that?
Still.
Yep. He repeats it. So yeah, he's just gonna sit here and keep thinking about why this gate is closed rather than going and figuring out how to open the damn thing. Which, certainly, we all know people who are like that just sit there and think about how they're gonna do something rather than actually doing it. And sometimes you have to do more planning than acting, but sometimes you need to do more acting than planning, and sometimes you just need to kind of do both at the same time. Which kind of sucks to say, but it's true. And down here, we'll meet a friend. This is a Titanite demon. Ah, shit. I forgot just how much damage these guys do. Yeah, these guys hurt quite a bit. And they also have some very weird attack ranges. Like that one right there. Typically, sticking as close to them as possible does you a little bit better than trying to stay away from them, but it honestly just depends. And I am going to try and kill him. Also, that hits like 3 times, that jump attack. Which is really weird, that they made it to where it just attacks so much. And I don't remember if they're weak to anything in particular. I'm just trying to use my sword here. Oh, yeah, it also breaks through your shield. I forgot about that. All right, get some Estus, which I believe Estus, they're like the restoration of life energy. I don't know. I don't know why Estus. Like, nobody knows truly what Estus is. I also wish that that didn't do that. There we go. Also, I believe that counts as a counterattack as well. There we go. I managed to kill him. And he drops a Demon Titanite. Let's look at this Demon Titanite. Special Titanite stolen from a faceless stone beast known as a Titanite Demon. When the nameless blacksmith deity passed from several slabs, great beasts arose. The power of Titanite remains within them, and they still roam Lordran today. So basically, I guess this blacksmith god was kind of like keeping them under control. These Titanite demons. Or maybe the I don't know. It makes no sense for this blacksmith god to be related with like the demons, because the demons they're related to the Witch of Izalith, who is. Did I just do that? Wait, what? You can fall into this area? Okay, that was weird. I did not know that you could fall into that area. And I forgot to rest at the bonfire! Okay, so because I forgot to rest at the bonfire, we are actually going to cut the episode here. Because I believe I've actually been recording for quite a while, at least enough to make an episode out of. So, yeah, so this is part 3. I don't think that there's anything else I need to cover before I close out. Let me look over everything and just make sure. Other than sunlight metals, what we actually will go over the sunlight metal real quick before I close it out. So sunlight metal, this faintly warm metal engraved with the symbol of the sun, is the ultimate honor awarded to those who summon the warrior of sunlight and complete a goal. The symbol represents Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who lost his deity status and was expunged from the annals. But the old god of war still watches closely over his warriors. So, apparently, Gwyn's firstborn son is no longer a god, or he was denounced as a god, even though he still is a god. He was expunged from the annals of history, so just completely forgotten. However, people still think of him fondly, and they believe that he watches over them. So, that's why a lot of people thought, oh, it's supposed to be Solaire, because, you know, Gwyn is sun god, essentially. No, not Chief. The fans might think that, but that's not actually who it is. We meet him in Dark Souls 3, and we'll fight him in Dark Souls 3. But, as far as Dark Souls 1 is concerned, we don't know who Gwyn's firstborn son is. So, yeah, that is part 3. So, I hope you have a good one. Ooh, that is really weird. So, we'll talk to Crestfallen after we finish off the rest of the stuff with the other Bell of Awakening. I won't ring them until I clear both, so that way we can make sure to get all the dialogue. And we'll also go get the Sorcerer, and maybe even start Sen's Fortress. I think I want to kill the Gaping Dragon first, so we'll clear out the depths. So probably like part 6, part 7, we will start Sen's Fortress, work our way through there, fight the Iron Golem, and have all kinds of fun. So I hope you have a good day, and hope you enjoy the rest of my series. I know I'm gonna have fun making it. So have a good one.